Danny Röhl press conference was a bit later today than normal, but he's talking about Rotherham, and let's talk about what he said. Hello and welcome to this video. If you're new here, I'm PunkChef41. Please subscribe, hit that like button, hit the notification bell if you would like to know when videos go live or when live streams happen. Funnily enough, there was one tonight at 7 PM. We'll be doing the roundup. Thank you for everyone who turned up yesterday as well for the debrief versus Plymouth. It was really good conversation with you all. So, Sheffield Wednesday manager Danny Röhl have been talking to the media, and he said some really interesting things, to be fair. He spoke about how Patterson is back. He's got a full squad of 27 apart from Momo Diaby and, what's he called? Delgado. He said it's really good to have him back. Now, they got asked the question about free agents. He said, we're always open-minded, but today I saw a fantastic training session, and that's what we need. So kind of battered it off. He hopes that there's going to be more staff in the next couple of days as they get agreements ready for next week. Now, we know that we've had some of the blowing the agreement for the set peak coach. That happened this week, so he's probably looking at different people, and we'll see who comes in. Now, here's a big one for me. Femewo at left back. He said Akin trained very well the last 2 weeks in this position and showed big improvements in his style. For me, it's been a good performance in matches and training. It depends whether he will continue in this role. Now that's interesting. This is like this is another person who's thrown him in left back and said he's just working harder and trying to improve it. Personally, if it were me, I'd be playing Reece James, but I'm not the manager. I'm just somebody who talks about Wednesday on the internet. He spoke about a week where he said, with a new match, everyone has a new chance, and about the performance in training, and after tomorrow, we'll see what happens for Sunday. They brought up this thing about the goal drought, and the goal drought is something that really needs to improve. And he said, we are creating more chances at Plymouth and had a good opportunity. Quality has to be higher. Now we have to find a way to get into the box and create more chances. It's not about to have one chance. We need 2, 3, 4. I'm convinced we'll score soon as possible. I'm actually in the same agreement, because you look at the chances we're creating, the players are just not on that wavelength yet, and that'll come with time in terms of what the new tactics is. I know someone's going to turn around and said, well, they've been playing for ages, why are they not on the right wavelength? Well, guess what? It's a new different set of tactics, and when you've got new tactics and new different ways of playing, you have to find that new wavelength. Like, people won't have played much football with Masaba, and those crosses that you're getting in, you need to get on the right length to know what he is going to be doing in that terms of getting the ball into the box. Finishing is a big issue. Yes, it's a big part of the game. This is what we train for in small games after training. We try every match since I arrived. The data show big set forwards. Again, very data driven. You look at what TW coaching have been showing, and Peter on Twitter, they're showing lots of evidence that the data is showing that we are massively improving, and we just need to get that goal. Now, here's the interesting one. We've all been talking about Bailey Cadamartri and about how close is he to be in that first team. He turned around and said, I saw a video of him today and he was in a training session. It's important he's close and closer to the squad. He could be an option for the weekend. Now, this would be a huge thing to see. If Danny goes, you know what, you have done some great stuff in the under-21s. I want you to start games now for the first team. He's already sounds like he's working with the first team and the under-21s in terms of training Bailey at the minute, and that's great. That's what we need. We need to have a manager that can see what a talent Cadamartri is and get him playing. And it's the same with Joey Pufrey. It's the same with Shipton. It's the same with Fuser. It's a shame with all these players who are decent. If you can get some gems out of that academy, that will help. And right now, we need someone who can score goals. Yes, he's young. He's 18, but he's scoring for fun. You put some of the balls into the place where Masaba did, you never know. He might already be on that wavelength. Have to win Sunday. It's important, Matt, because it's a derby. We want to get the first win. We know the gap is a big at the moment, but I'm convinced if the process is right, the right result will come. I like that. I like derbies like this, and we can create special energy in the stadium. I'm convinced we can do a great job on Sunday. And he said it's about taking the next action, first goal, first win. We create something special, but we know it is the process. And I really like this about him. I love when he talks that he's got a way of speaking that it comes naturally when you hear him talk. You know what he's trying to get across. And every time he's talking like he understands where the journalists are coming from. There's none of that stuff we've seen in the past. He seemed to really get a good grasp of English, which helps as well. I liked hearing that in some of the questions. He was very, very honest about how he answered. A lot of the things Marvin Johnson popped up. He said, look, Marvin Johnson trained very well today. He did well in the under-21s. And it's about seeing what happened there. There was a thing talking about Bambo who got a cut to the face. If he trained and he's ready to go. I like how he answers questions. I like how he is with the media. He's honest, but not too honest, because I thought when Sicko was here, he would say stuff about how will you set up like this, and he'd just give the opposition the way he play, so they knew what to do. And Danny's a little bit cagier than that. He'll say, well, we might do this, we might do this. You never know what I need to do on the day to change it up. I like listening to his press conferences. He talks a lot of sense. And when he talks, you understand that there's a part of him that really understands what we need to do. The fact that he's already saying, look, Cadamartri's probably going to be the player that I'm may bring in. You put Cadamartri on the bench at the weekend, I think that's a massive boost for the kids' own confidence. I think that gives a bit of confidence to the fan base going, look, he's already seen that this is a player we could do with now, not in 6 months' time. Let's get him in now and then see what happens. Playing for 20 minutes, playing for 15 minutes at the end of a game. Keep letting him come on in spells, or let it have you're going to start the second half. I like this kind of thing. I think one of the big people, I'll say it again and I'll say it till I'm blue in the face, Sasha Lenz will be doing a lot of legwork at the minute because he's vital in what we need to get the player's mentality right. You look in that Plymouth game, even though we were 3-0 down, they were still trying to bust the gut to get a goal. They were still trying. Last time we had that where we would go down, I think the head would have dropped and he wouldn't have tried. I'm very positive with how he talks and how he handles himself. He got his family coming over this weekend as well. He's got his kids, he's got his wife, he's got his mum and dad. So he's going to have family there. And this is his first home game. Let's just remember that. This is his first home game. And it's interesting because you actually look at the games we've got coming up. I believe, I think he's only got 2 home games before we have an international break. I think it's this one, Bristol City's away, and I believe Millwall is at home before we break up. So he got a chance to experience that. So let's see how he does. But excellent press conference. I thought a lot of the questions were bang on as well. I think there's a lot more respect between the journalists and the head coach, manager, you want to say it, this time round. So let's see what happens, and hopefully we can get 3 points. But a cracking press conference by Danny Röhl.